when you're growing up, you find that there are certain things that you actually ask for, sometimes even pray about. I remember praying for some things and wishing for some things. Chronic illness and pain was not in that list. It was never in the list. I never asked to be hobbled by anything. I never asked. I certainly never asked to have an illness that was not only difficult to diagnose, but the doctors didn't want to believe in. Over decades of time, since it was defined by the World Health Organization, the doctors didn't want to see it. They didn't want to read about it. They didn't want to work on it. Most of them did not want it to be real. Now that's magical thinking. That is magical thinking. Yeah, there's no way I ever asked, oh, please, God, in my childlike voice, please, God, let me grow up to have about 28 good years and then suck from that point on to the end of my days. Please? No, that never happened. Never happened. Never happened. I never did that. I never asked for this. Nope. No recollection. No, it never happened. It just never freaking happened. And you see, there's still argument about the origin. There's still argument about why it happens. But what they have been finding is that it often happens after an infection, either viral or bacterial. And most people will recover from those things, but a certain select group will not recover. It will hit their immune systems exactly wrong, or their immune system is in an odd phase when the infection hits something. It can also happen after serious, very serious trauma, like severe auto accident, severe impact surgeries, that most people will tend to eventually recover from, but not all. And it doesn't matter what virus, it doesn't matter what bacteria, it doesn't freaking matter. All the years that were spent saying, what virus causes this? Why, I don't know, doctor. What do you think virus causes this? Well, I don't know. Because any of them can do it. They're that powerful. And there's this tendency in the medical community that if you see a doctor about like what you think might be flu, might be strep throat, you are told, oh, it's just a virus. It's just a virus. I have been told that numerous times by a doctor. It's just a virus. Get some rest, drink fluids, take some Tylenol if you have fever, but get rest, couple weeks, you will start to feel better. They say that a lot, but they never check up with you a month later, 3 months later, 6 months later, 1 year later, 5 years later. They don't check out how many of those people that had just a virus ever recovered. There's no follow-up. There is no follow-up. Nothing. There's nothing. Yeah, I didn't ask for this. I didn't ever pray, oh, please, God, could I have 28 good years and then lose it? And then to find out that kids get this. No, I'm not talking 28. I am talking 5-year-olds, 8-year-olds, 12-year-olds, 16-year-olds. And then when they can't go to school because they're so ill, their parents get referred to child services? Their child is sick. That's why they're not going to school. But again, no support. No freaking support from the medical community to stop that kind of garbage either. Willful ignorance. There's got to be a difference between stupidity and willful ignorance. But in a case like this, the blinders that the medical community put on, the blinders they put on, the blinders that researchers put on. If a researcher ever said out loud they wanted to specialize in finding out more information about ME, CFS, myalgic encephalomyelitis, chronic fatigue syndrome, whatever you want to call it this week, that's a whole other story. But if a researcher actually verbalized that was going to be their specialty, that their friends and fellow research fellows would say to them, are you insane? It'll be the end of your career. Unbelievable. And yet that is exactly what has happened. I've been fighting this since I got it. I was never told to rest more because I had this. And if I had been told that, I might have listened if I had been told that with some authority, but there were no authorities. Your normal everyday GP or internist had no idea about this. None. There were doctors who stuck with it and have stuck with it to this day. They are few and far between. But thanks to them, we actually have more data than we had then in 1979 when I got it. They stuck with their patients. They kept seeing them and caring for them and trying different treatments to see if they would help or not. And it's all anecdotal, but no one could get research dollars because the NIH and the CDC were co-conspirators in this. Now the CDC website is updated. Slowly, more money is being apportioned for research, but so little compared to other illnesses. It's ridiculous. I still consider myself as just mild ME. Mild. You know why? Because I can tolerate light. I can tolerate sound. I can read. I can write. Therefore, I still work. But the people with profound illness are still bedbound and tube fed. The people with moderate to severe illness cannot tolerate light as light can, cannot tolerate sound. Crowds, no. Travel, no. I don't tolerate travel myself either. But I can work. But once you get into moderate to severe category, there's no way. Sometimes you can't read. Sometimes you can't speak well enough to express your feelings because this is a neuroimmune metabolic failure. That's a huge set of 3 systems that all interact with each other and all the other systems. Once you hit the brain and the immune system and metabolism, you're pretty much hitting everything wrong. That's why the symptom range is so wide, because whatever part of the brain or immune system or metabolism is hit, that is still part of it. Anyway, no, I never asked for this. I didn't deserve this. Neither did any of the other ones of us. So this will be my take on chronicity. The act of being chronic when you certainly didn't want to be. None of us wanted to be. And the heck of it is, one diagnostic question you can ask any patient is this: if you were well tomorrow, what would you be doing? All of us with ME would be doing everything. Running, jumping, playing badminton, bicycling, traveling, going back to school, going to school, running, jumping, learning, living. Every one of us, to a person, would answer, we'd be doing all the things tomorrow. We'd be doing all of them tomorrow. That's how you can tell us from people with depression. And frankly, I'm not depressed. I'm angry. And I think I have an excuse for the anger. I think we all do. But you know what? There are a couple doctors that have apologized. But they've apologized for their fellows. These are the doctors that actually paid attention and started working on it. They're apologizing for all the doctors that said it didn't exist. It was in your head. It was just anxiety. You need more rest. You need more exercise. All that crap doesn't count if the doctors who said it are apologizing. It doesn't matter. More later. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.